Lulu.
Hi.
Hi, Lulu.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you all.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad you're here. I really am.
So hello and welcome to Lulu's Way, Healthy Food, Healthy Life. My name is Barbara and I am grateful to have the opportunity to be your host this evening. In order to keep this meeting free from distraction, we ask that all in attendance please mute yourself unless you are speaking. We also ask that you keep the video mode turned off if you are doing anything other than sitting and participating in this meeting so that we can minimize distraction. In this community, we gather to support, encourage, and inspire on the benefits of nutrition, weight loss, wellness, and the joy that comes from choosing to serve yourself well. We are not medically trained, nor do we have formal training in nutrition. We come together here for the sole purpose of providing support, sharing experiences, and promoting a healthy lifestyle. It may be wise to check with your healthcare professional with any dietary suggestions or advice you receive from this group discussion, especially if you have health challenges. Individuals in this group may have different ideas on how to eat healthy. Just figure out what works best for you and do it your way. Okay, so today is the first Thursday after the first of the month. So the topic is our monthly weigh-in and if what people want to share.
Yeah.
So I will just share that status quo. 133 status quo. Well, 133.4, but that's just how I roll. So so I feel good about that. I made it 3 weeks not weighing myself, and then I was just in a tizzy and I had to get on the scale. So I'm just going to do weekly. I'm just going to do me. I can't do it. It caused me more stress thinking about am I gaining? Am I losing? Am I? So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to get on the scale. It doesn't hurt. I kind of like it, so that's what I'm going to do. So Anyway, I tried.
And so to maintain
Baby steps.
So your goal is to maintain your weight, and
Right.
That's what you accomplished this month by sticking to a food plan guidelines that show you the amounts that you need to meet that goal. It's really
Correct.
it's just that easy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Not easy to do. It is easy to do once you get in the groove. But I mean, it's just
Yeah.
that simple is what I meant to say. It's really just that simple.
And what's interesting is we all know how challenging it is to perhaps eat as much food as the plan calls for, and yet we're losing weight. And so when you need to maintain, you have to even add more food, which is really, really interesting. But a lot of it comes in the form of proteins and carbohydrates when you get to that point. So it's not more of, I didn't add more vegetables. I added more carbohydrates and more proteins. And so that worked for me. But anyway, so 7.5 months maintaining. So I'm really happy about that.
Yay, Barb.
That's huge. That's huge because I think we've all been there on this journey through life where we've lost weight and then it's very hard to maintain. I know I've been there. And so way too many times. So I'm thankful for this. Anyway, how about you, Lulu? How'd you do this month?
I was down 2 pounds this month. I mean,
I
was very, very, very happy with that. You know, I really, when I got back from Florida, I made very little change, almost no changes in the quantity of my food. Although I did reduce. I was having 5 ounces of grain at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I changed it to 4 ounces. And then I was having 3 eggs, and I brought it back down to 2 eggs. And I also eliminated nuts. And you know all those changes I made. I limited the avocado, and I was going to eat more whitefish, which I have, and I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, so it's been, the first month was uh, 3, yep, 3 pounds, and then 2. So I'm in my range. And I don't need to change anything, because I can still, even if I lost another 1, I'm still in my range. If I lost another 2, 3, 4, I'm still in my range. But one change that I did make was that I, instead of no nuts, doing nuts twice a week. So I want to see how I can manage that, because I end up, like, I like the almond butter or peanut butter on the rice cakes. It's like a treat. And then I thought, do I really want to do that? Only because I know myself, okay? And I thought, am I going to be like, because I don't want like peanut butter to own my life. Do you know what I'm saying? And to own, like be responsible for, like, it's a special day. You know what I mean? Like, I want other things to be special, not a jar of peanut butter. So I thought, I envisioned it, and I envisioned a week starting, and then it's like Sunday. So then I said, I can picture myself going like, all right, it's Sunday, it's a new week. That means I'll have my peanut butter today, and then I'll have it tomorrow, and then I'll be like, oh, I should have waited, or maybe I'll not have it Sunday and say, no, I'm going to save it, and then it's going to get stupid. It's just going to get stupid, right? So I'm like, I'm either going to eliminate it, because I'm going to eliminate anything that makes me cuckoo, or I'm going to see if I can put boundaries on it that do not. I mean, I know whatever I pick, I'm going to do. Like, I'm not going to have it 3 times a week by mistake. I'm in the middle of the week, I'll say, oh, what's 3 times? It doesn't really matter. Like, I know that's not going to happen. I just don't want it to, like, psychologically own me. So I decided, I picked the days, Sunday and Thursday. And I was just like, when it's Sunday, that's what I'm having. When it's Monday, it ain't. I'm not having it. I'm not going to have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'll have it Thursday. I had it this morning. I had almond butter on rice cakes, and I don't need it again until Sunday. And I don't feel like it doesn't feel crazy. It feels like I picked the days, and it is like a treat, because it is, it's even like, the nuts, they're crunchy, or the sticky peanut butter. It's just like that gooey, sticky thing, and, I'm a foodie, so, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't think that two days a week is going to affect all that much. And I'm active again, because, like, my knee is better. I'm not sitting on a beach in a lounge chair, and it's just, so I'm moving again. So that's it's energy in, energy out, so it just feels really good right now. I feel like I'm in my range. You know what I mean? Like, I can feel it on my body. My body feels like it's in my range. Not that I noticed any great big, like, difference in my clothes or anything, but I just felt it. I just knew I was going to be up. And but here I am. Just all I'm going to do every month is just be a woman of my word, keep my word to myself. I want to be a woman of my word with other people. So why wouldn't I want to be a woman of my word to myself? So
will you just keep eating this way until you go out on the low end, or will you get to your midpoint, which is 133, right?
Yeah.
Will you get to your midpoint and then just go, okay, well, maybe I should, add some more protein or something?
Yeah, I think it will either be right when I'm right at the ideal weight, or maybe just as I leave it. Like, I'm not going to wait until I'm 131. Well, actually, when I'm 131, I'm still in my range, and then wait till I'm 130. I just feel a little too thin at that weight. At my height. So I think if I would, like, when I'm 133, And that might be months. Like if I lost 3 and then I lost 2 and now I've just added the nuts, maybe I might be down to 1 or maybe not at all. I just don't think I'll gain, you know?
Yeah.
So if I might end up at 133 in October. You know what I mean? And then when that happens, I'll probably wait until I leave the mid. When I leave the mid into the lower, then I'll add something to try to stay in the middle. That's probably what I'll do, you know?
Okay.
But what's really great is like whatever I decide to do, I think it out. I think it through. Just like I thought about the nuts there and just the 2 days. And it just seemed very simple to just say, I'll just have it twice a week. And then I was just like, I had the vision. I was like, you're going to be a nut job. Literally. Pun intended. I'm going to be a nut job. And so I've just totally eliminated that, you know. And so it just feels really good. It just feels really, really, really good, you know.
Yep.
You know, all of you that are here, that are doing this and working on a better version of yourself in all kinds of ways, you know, not just physical. And yeah, you know that feeling when you've just really know, like you're just doing what you say you want to do. You know, you're making it happen. You know, it doesn't need to be a race. It doesn't have to happen overnight. But it's going in the right direction, and you know, and what's really great about this food plan is just like it's so much food, you know, it's a lot of food, and to eat this much food and still lose weight is it just goes to show you it's really what you eat, you know. So
Excellent.
Choosing better things. Yeah.
Good job, Lulu.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks.
Yay for you.
Yay me.
Yay for you. Krista, you are up, my friend.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Chris.
I still expect a clap at the end, even though I did put weight on. I put on 2 pounds.
Uh-oh.
I am not beating myself up over it because I recognize where that came from. As I mentioned the last time I was here about my struggles trying to stop vaping and, you know, how hard it had been. And when it became real bad, I couldn't get to the vape store to increase the amount of nicotine in the liquid because I had such a busy week. And so while I did eat within the food plan, I know that I had things like extra fruit. So in my distress, it's funny how when you're distressed, even though you might eat extra within the food plan, I didn't go for vegetables. That just, my brain said, that's just not going to help me. Not because I was hungry, because I knew I wasn't hungry. So I would have an extra banana or I would have an extra apple. And so that went on from the time, you know, shortly after the time I decreased the nicotine until I was able to get to the vape store this past Sunday. And things have been much better since then. I've gone back completely to the way I know I need to eat. Nothing between meals, my 16 ounces of vegetable, just as, you know, as the plan that I've adapted for myself. So I didn't beat myself up over it. I think that I was too ambitious. You know, I tend to have slightly impatient ways. And I thought, you know, you're heading for June and you want to be off of this by the end of the year. And Barb's idea was really phenomenal. Instead of cutting it in half, maybe I should have done half of that and ease myself into it. One of the things I did was I started a bit of physical activity, which I hadn't been doing for a while. So I've been riding my bike, but I've also been walking with my daughter. And I think that filling that time where I would just be vaping all the time, you know, I can't vape when I'm riding my bike, you know, I don't vape when I'm walking, is really going to be helpful when I hit the next point where I want to decrease again. I'll tell you a funny story. Even though I didn't beat myself up about it, I have a scale that I've been using for the last 8 years that is tied to an app on my phone. So you get on the scale and you've got to stay on for a certain amount of time and it'll ding ding and it'll record the weight. Well, you better believe I hopped off before it recorded that increase. I was just like, oh no, you are not going to be on my chart. So just want you all to know I am persevering.
Good.
And it's a battle. It's a battle that throws curves at me. What's beautiful about this group is the tips we get, the encouragement, and having the tools that I have at my disposition to be successful. So that is my story, up 2 pounds. I intend for that to be off at the next weighing and keep moving forward.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Good
Chris.
job,
Yeah. Not quitting smoking is rough. It's rough. It is miserable. I know. But
And you're trying to do 2 hard things at once.
Yeah.
It's great that you shared, this, that you're open and honest and that you shared. And I think it's important for everybody to hear that it's not just, the cookies and the ice cream and the chips that are going to put weight on. It's even too much of the good food. It's just like too much food,
And, I didn't even say I would just go for like a tangerine. I was going for banana, So
Yeah.
I see exactly where it came from. So, I own it and keep moving forward and doing better and feeling better every day. And I'm not angry with myself.
No. No. You got the information and you know how it, know what happened. And it's, if you eat extra fruit, you're going to gain weight. Yeah. It's like, it's not just this, the food plan just not only helps you pick the right choices, but also the right quantities. And that was what was really important for me because me, I remember like doing Weight Watchers when fruit was free. Like you could do, what was it called? Simply Filling. Do you remember? Does anybody remember Simply Filling? Yeah. So you could pick, you could either do your points or you do Simply Filling. Simply Filling gave you like this all natural foods that you could eat as much as you want of. And so of course I picked that. And I was eating like watermelons, and you get some points, and I'd be like using those points for like cocktails, and then I'd be eating like bowls and bowls of fruit because it was all sweet, And
as a diabetic, I always have fruit on hand on the day that I'm particularly busy and I might have a sugar low. But they've always been fruits like I would have melon, low in sugar, or I would have a mandarin. But that's not what I did this time. So lessons learned, as you say, it's information that I can use to my advantage. So
yes. And we can all learn from it too. So thank you.
Yeah, and Chris, I also want to say, you didn't go to the cookies or the chips. No. I mean, there's the win right there.
Yeah.
You ate more food than you should have, but you didn't go to the stuff that's going to get that drip going in your head of the sugar again. So, I think I'll throw that positive in there. And you never know, Chris, next month it might be like, if you average, like, let's just say you average 4, well, maybe it's going to be 6, and those 2 pounds are going to be for naught.
Right.
That happens too, right?
Yeah, it does.
So, It could. It could.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out to the universe at you, Chris.
I receive it.
And it is really cool that that you as you saw yourself kind of falling off and making exceptions with the fruit, that didn't turn into other things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you just feel like, well, if I didn't do it perfectly, then forget it. Might as well just.
And the last thing I want to say is when we make our way of life public to those around us, it goes a long way. When I was eating those things, I had people in my family saying, why are you eating? You're eating now?
Wow.
That's what they see, right?
Yeah.
It's out of the ordinary for me now. So that was interesting to me. So
very
They were
interesting.
holding you accountable.
Yeah.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. Was that nice or not nice?
It was nice, actually.
Okay, good.
Nice. Yeah, it was nice. It was like, okay, people notice that I eat a certain way. It's, it's out of the ordinary. So, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Great,
awesome.
Chris.
Good job. I think it's a good job because you didn't pick up the cookie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nicole from Minnesota. Sorry, I just have
Oh,
to
yeah.
Minnesota.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Nicole.
Well, I just want to say this meeting gets better and better. I think with the more new people too, and people who are talking, it really makes me happy to see like Christy, you're back, and Baron that you shared last time. So I've been kind of high on that all week. It was pretty exciting.
Nice.
So this past weigh-in, I was really thrilled because I was down 7.6 pounds. And it just floored me because I thought, well, you know, that's my 7th month. So the total is 45.4 pounds. And it's almost like you get in the groove of doing this all the time and you don't expect it really. And
how many months?
I started on, 11/1. So
11/1.
7 months, yeah.
7 months.
And 7 pounds in this past month.
7.6.
7.6.
Yes, that's right. You get that 0.6 in there.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the 0.6.
Okay.
Wow,
so,
Nicole.
Yeah, so anyway, you know, just as a point of reference for me, you know, I started at 281. And so now I'm 235.6. And those size 22 pants are way too big for me. They look ridiculous. So I bought the same jeans. I went out on eBay and found them in size 20 and I put them on and they're not tight. So I'm like, oh no, you know, I'm going to have to find them in the 18 pretty soon.
Wow,
so that's super exciting.
That's good. That's very exciting.
Yeah, I know we're doing this for our health and, you know, I just have been so into just doing it, like to see the result is exciting. So it's kind of thrilling. And I kind of made a little list of things I don't do now, and I keep adding to it, but I'll just read a few of them because to me it's really like a thrill because my life has changed so much. And what I don't do now is mindless snacking all the time, eating till I feel so full that I'm stuffed. Well, I get pretty full, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about treats to make or buy, you know, that used to just take up so much of my time. Like, what am I going to make next, you know? Running through drive-thrus all the time just to get the special thing like the fries or this or that. But it was like, oh, there's a drive-thru, I better go get something. Hiding and shredding receipts because they were like the evidence, you know. I wouldn't really want my husband to like say, what the heck, you know. Packing treats for trips to eat in my room in case I'm still hungry. You know, I used to do that all the time. Like I might get hungry and my friends will already be in for the night and I'll be stranded in my room starving. You know, not, but I used to do that. Worrying that my clothes won't fit, dreading the scale, feeling exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally from eating, and feeling hopeless about the future, like I'll always be heavy. And those are just things I don't do now. Like I don't do them at all. So yeah, and I know
I beg to differ. You're worried about your clothes not fitting. It's just in the other direction. Right?
Yeah. I'm like, I missed my skinnier jeans almost. So I'll be trying those on more often because I wear a lot of loose things that I work from home. So
yeah, that's fantastic.
The other quick thing I'll just mention is, you know, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and I love the rice cakes with peanut butter, and I love my oatmeal, and I just had the omelet with rice this morning. But I've told myself, like, if I'm going to feel like I'm going to abuse it, I will lose it. Like I will not, you know. So like Lulu, what you said about, you know, I don't have my peanut butter rice cakes every day because I don't think that'd be great for me. I need to keep, you know, a wide range of things that I'm putting in. And yeah, that's kind of my favorite, but I'm not abusing it. So I'm thrilled and I protect it a little bit because I don't want to lose it because it's a lovely thing. And I feel that way about all my food now. If it's going to call to me and drive me nuts, it has to go. So just the stuff we learn here is just so helpful. I think about it all. I mean, I'm thinking all the time. I wake up in the night sometimes thinking about, oh, that was great. Oh, I wonder how Chris is doing. I hope, you know, whatever it is, it's just consuming me, but in such a good way.
Yeah.
You know, like what I think about now is so different than what I used to think about. And I'm just so grateful. So,
yeah. Oh, that's great. You know, about the nuts and having the peanut butter every day and all that. When I was traveling in Florida, you know, I think I've said it before. I don't love taking the stove out in the morning. Like that's why I always went for the nuts and the peanut butter. But now I'm thinking I'll just do, now that I learned how to do the hard boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, I can do that on the road and just cook 6 at a time, and that's 3 breakfasts, you know. And then it's no cooking, you know.
Yeah.
You do the overnight oats, or I can even do the rice cakes. I've even put the hard boiled eggs sliced up on top of rice cakes. You can do that too, you know. So yeah, for me it felt like it was the only option for breakfast, like, and not cook, was the nuts. But that, it turns out that that's not true, you know. So
Yeah.
But yeah, well, good for you, Nicole. Wow.
Congrats, Nicole. Amazing.
Wow. 7.6. 7.6.
So, Nicole, if I got this right too, that means you dropped a decade this month, right? Where'd you go?
I did, but I don't want to call. I mean, the roaring, is that the 30s? What are they? They're not the roaring 20s. I think, I don't know what my ultimate weight will be, because, you know, I could look at the chart, but that seems really weird to me. It seems like I would be in 6th grade if I weighed what it said. But so I don't know, like, if I'll get to 135. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how I look when I feel when I get there. So I'm not sure if I should celebrate the decades yet. But yeah, I'm in a new decade.
Yeah. You can
How tall are
celebrate
you,
that.
Nicole? How tall are you?
5'2.5", which is
Okay.
very important.
Yeah.
Power to the 5'2.5", Nicole.
But you know, I have a question, which I think is weird, and maybe you guys know this, but you know how if you've done Weight Watchers, if you lose weight, then you get less points because you need to eat less to keep losing. How come that doesn't apply here? You know, like, I wonder about that. And I know it's all wonderful food and you're not counting in any junk like you can with Weight Watchers. Maybe that's it. But I wonder, why is that, you know?
Well, you know, it might slow down. It might slow down when you get closer to your goal, if it slows down. But it's like, just let it go slow. You know what I mean? If it slows down, you're not going to be, you know, 7 pounds away from your goal and lose 7 pounds in a month. You know what I mean? That's probably not going to happen.
Right.
You know, but you know, your body will tell you if you need less food. What happens is, like, you have a month that you have no loss, and maybe you have another month that there's no loss, and you're like, wow, that's 2 months in a row. I wonder if I should cut a little something back, you know, or make some changes like the ones that I did to lose weight this time, which was keeping an eye on the avocado, having more fish, you know, because that all worked. That all really worked, you know.
Yeah, I think because, well, I haven't made any alterations other than that. I only have half an avocado when I have it, and I don't have my peanut butter things every day. But I haven't done anything but just follow the plan 100%.
Yeah. It
you
should
know.
work right till the end. You
Yep.
know what it is? It's like,
That's amazing.
you know, well, with Weight Watchers, it's like, it really depends on what you're choosing for your points. For me, like, when I had points, I was like, if I'm going to spend 3 points, am I going to have like some brown rice, or am I going to have a couple of cookies? I mean, of course I'm going to pick the cookies, because, you know, and so, you know, what's happening to us here on this food plan is that we're just becoming like a fine-tuned machine, and we've got a metabolism that's not getting, like, almost like water thrown on it, like putting the fire out, you know. There's just the flames are going, because it's like just like, you know, a fine-tuned machine, you know. So it should take you through. I think it should take you through.
Yeah. Nicole, I found, for me, as I was decreasing, as I got closer to my weight, I started losing a little bit less. And so per month. And so you kind of slowly go in. And then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
slowly land.
so hypothetically, you know, you've been losing an average of about 6 pounds a month, right? Just over 6 pounds a month on average. Right. So maybe you go down to, like, you know, when you get to a certain weight, maybe you go down to 4 pounds a month. That's perfectly, you know, or whatever. It's just a hypothetical. But as you get closer, because you have less to lose, so you won't lose as much. So.
Yep, that makes sense. And it doesn't really even
I can't wait
to
to
me.
see how it plays out. We'll wait and see how it plays out.
Yeah. And then you just talk about it here, and then, you know, you can ask for recommendations, and we can just, you know, talk about it.
Yeah.
But for right now, you're smoking. You're smoking it.
Good job. Good job, Nicole.
That gal's on fire.
All right. Now we have Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi. Good to hear from everybody. Nice to hear everybody's reports. So this is my 1-year anniversary of doing Lulu's Way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought my first scale to weigh my food on June 9th, 2023. And that was the first time I ever weighed my food in my life. Of all the diets and everything else I'd done, I had never done the weighing, which has made a huge difference for me. So over the last year, I have lost 49.5 pounds since last June. And
Wow.
I was kind of watching things at the beginning of last year. And so I had lost a little bit of weight, but by weighing the food and doing, you know, the portions, that made a huge difference for me. And just for reference, I weighed during the pandemic, I went up to 237 pounds, and I was growing out of a size 22. And I'm now down to 159.4 pounds.
Nice.
Wow.
And it feels really, really good.
Yeah. You look so healthy. You look really healthy, and you're coloring, and you look bright. Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, I feel good. And all the things that Nicole said, you know, the packing food at night, I used to do that if I traveled because I would be hungry in the evening after nobody else was, you know, all those things that don't have to, I just go to bed and I sleep. Yeah. I don't have to think I'm going to be hungry. And my goal during this has always been I look at it as there's a lot of parts to this program. The whole plan. It's not just weighing the food and eating it on time. You know, as I said before, it's the shopping, it's the preparing, it's the making the space in your refrigerator, it's doing all the dishes. It's keeping your focus when life gets crazy and you have disruptions, and not giving in, you know, to the chips. And so the weight loss has been an added blessing. It just feels so good. I have the cutest little t-shirt on that's a size medium that I got at the thrift store.
Oh, it is cute.
It's got these little flowers. You know, It's just so fun. It's just so fun.
Yeah, the color looks good on you.
Thanks. So that was what I was going to say. And then, and just thank you, Lulu. Thank you for continuing to show up and share yourself and not getting exhausted from all that you put out for us. We really, really appreciate it. You've made such a difference in our lives. I mean, everyone here has added so much to the group, but really, it's exceptional what you've done for us. So thank you for that.
Oh, that's beautiful, Kathleen. Thank you.
And I did want to just say, you know, I commented before that peanut butter calls me and I can't do the peanut butter, but I have found that almond butter is fine. But I don't have it on a regular basis, and I don't even think about it. But then I'll think, oh, maybe I'll have, you know, some today. So that's made a huge difference for me, just having the almond butter, and I can have it on a rice cake. Sits there, it doesn't call me at all. So much different than the peanut butter. So that might help somebody. Yeah. So I think that's all I have to report. So thank you for everybody.
Thanks,
Good job, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great job.
Yeah, you're killing it, really. A year. Wow. Committed. That's commitment. That's commitment.
May I ask you, Kathleen, are you Are you maintaining or still actively trying to reduce?
No, I'm still trying to reduce.
Okay.
I think my range will be about 140, 145. I think I've been 135 before and I felt too thin, but I don't know. I wasn't old then either. So I don't know, it might be different.
You're not old.
We'll see. Well, I am 67.
Woo.
No, yeah. So I figure I'm shooting for about about 20. I figure I'll be on. Well, I'm going to be on this forever.
Yeah.
But I think the reducing probably for another. But I could do this forever. Like everyone has said, this is just you feel so good. It's
we're not going to stop. No, you're just going to get to a point when you feel in your body, you're like, I don't want to be any smaller than I am right now. This feels really, really good. And then you just add something, and it really doesn't take much to stop it.
No, I know that because I still, if I am going through some stressful times, I have eaten, and I allow myself to eat more food because I feel like I need it, and I just notice it and I weigh it and I write it down, and that's part of what I do. Even though I wanted, like some nights I do want a baked potato and butter, and I just with my dinner and I. Maybe I shouldn't have that much. I should go weigh the potato because it's not, and I'm like, no, I want the stinking potato. I'm going to eat the potato and I'll weigh it and I'm going to write it down. I'm going to notice it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And then the next time I think maybe I should cut the potato, you know what I mean? And do the 4 ounces.
Well, you just keep looking at your results. If you want, you look at your results, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
As long as you're getting results. And, if you weighed it and had 4 ounces instead of, just say it was a 8-ounce potato, if you haven't double, it might slow down your weight loss, but it's as long as you're heading in that direction,
Yeah, but noticing it too is then like when you don't lose any weight, you think, was that 2 ounces worth it? Like,
yeah, exactly.
But I have just cut the potato. So I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're seeing the results.
Yeah. Good. Great, Kathleen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Pam, you're up. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, everybody. Everybody, congratulations. Everybody's just doing great and just being here. I love seeing everybody, and I'm so grateful you're all here. I lost 6 pounds. I didn't think it was going to be that much, but I lost 6 pounds. I was kind of surprised. I was a little surprised because I had a rough month with different issues and the medications. And there were moments when I had a little extra fruit. I didn't eat anything not allowed. But again, it maybe was like a little extra fruit when I was having my really hungry days on the steroids. Maybe a couple of peanuts with my fruit, but I was able to not eat out of control. And I think that was important. I was able to give myself, it was maybe 8 peanuts in my hand. And that was all. And I didn't go eat the rest of the bag. So that was, to me, that was a big win. I didn't want to. I didn't feel the need to. I felt that got me through that moment. I was just starving. My brain was starving. And I'm like, now that I've kind of gotten it, I'm back down to my normal dose. So I really haven't been having those hunger moments. So I'm not even thinking about doing that anymore.
Oh, good.
So that's a big learning thing for me. And I think that's as important, if not more, than the food we eat. So I feel like I've had a big win with that. Is that I'm not out of control. I don't feel out of control, I guess, is the best thing.
Yeah. And you had a challenging month, and you
Right.
just pushed through it, and you didn't.
Right. And I didn't lose control, even
Right.
though I might have had a little, I don't want to say a cheat, because I don't look at it that way, but a little something extra because my body was telling me I needed it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel guilty, and I didn't feel bad about it, and I didn't get upset about it, and I didn't crave more of it. I
Obviously,
just did a
obviously
little
it was.
bit and moved on.
Yeah, obviously it was very controlled, because look at your results. You know, being down.
That's why I said I was a little shocked. I was thinking, all right, I'll be lucky if I lose 3 pounds, 4 pounds, maybe.
Have you been? You've been walking, haven't you? Been walking too?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And during the first week or so, I did have to cut that back down to like 2 times a day for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I'm back up to my once a day I go for about a half hour, and then the other time about 20 minutes.
Very good. That's definitely contributing, I would imagine.
Yeah, and getting in the pool now with the pools open, and I do exercise in there. So I'm definitely bumping up the activity in a pleasant way.
Good.
Pool work is good, Pam. Pool work is good.
Yeah. I could do anything in the pool. I love going in there, and I have a whole routine I do.
Yeah. That's great.
I'm the cuckoo person in the pool doing all our exercises. While the kids are splashing and having fun.
I'm the one in the pool taking a nap.
Yeah, I don't lounge.
In my tube.
I go to the pool for work. Yeah, no. And Nicole, it's so exciting to hear what you were saying about the sizes. Because I just recently found I'm back into, I say, normal people sizes. And I'm like wearing an 18, or like the extra large is feeling loose, and I haven't been in those sizes in a long time. Been in, like with you, like in those 22s and just up there, and we don't have to go in the big lady clothes anymore.
Very good.
So,
yeah.
So I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, good, Pam. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. So happy.
Me too.
You make me happy.
You know, and when you have such a challenging month, and then to have results really shows the power of the program, right?
Yeah.
And the power of community and everybody.
Yes, the power of community. Yeah. We're all here waiting to hear. We're all waiting to hear, you know?
Yeah, and I can't wait to tell. I want to tell good stuff.
Yeah.
But I know, Lulu, you said something about your metabolisms, and I've noticed because my metabolism has been very off track since my adrenals don't work, all the medical stuff, and like non-existent. And in the last, I'd say April and May, I just feel like my body is doing it right now. Oh. I feel like everything is, it's hard to really explain unless you've been in my body, I guess, for the last 8 years. But I just feel different. I don't retain things are different. Things are working properly again.
Because you're nourishing yourself well.
Yeah, I think it's just the food has balanced me back out. And it's just very hard to really explain, but I know what it feels like, and it's good.
Yeah. You know, my best friend, Dr. Mark Hyman, who's really not my friend, but I watch his podcast. He says food, and Lulu, you said this too, food will cure you, will heal you, right? Food will, and your body will heal it. So if you give your body the right nourishment, it will heal itself. And I think that's what you're feeling. Yeah. Sounds like. Yeah, it's fantastic. Mm-hmm.
It's great.
So happy
it's
for
a
you,
good
Pam.
feeling. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Love seeing you all.
Thanks, Pam.
All right. So Liz from Florida, she's driving. We know this, but she has her hand up. So did you want to talk, Liz, or do you want to wait?
Okay. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm driving. I'm in Virginia, in the Virginia mountains right now, and to Maine to be the hospice nurse says to my older sister that if we got up there. So if we want, and yes, I want. So I'm glad that I have the opportunity possibly to see and be with my mom. But that aside, that's why I don't have my video on. But that aside, I lost 2 pounds this month, and I am thrilled because that means that
Nice.
I'm thank you. I'm 0.6 away from the top of my goal, my ideal range.
Beautiful.
So I gotta
Liz.
start. I got a million questions, of course, which is like, do I just keep eating this way until I go below my range? Or do I add food when I get in the middle of it?
Well, how do you feel?
What do I do?
How do you feel?
I feel great. I mean, I don't crave any extra food or anything like that. So I love what I eat. I love the routine that I have, and everything's good.
Yeah. So, like last month, like how much did you lose like last month and the month before?
Right. It's been, I think, between like 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 3 pounds. It's never been a lot of weight.
Yeah. So you lost maybe 3 1 month and 2, and then now another 2, like that.
Yeah.
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 So the reason I'm asking is I was asking to see if there's been a steady drop. Have you been like dropping? So chances are the next month you'll probably go down another 2. It seems like you're going down a couple every month, So if you went down another couple, you would still be in your range. So you could you could take it another month and keep doing what you're doing, or you can add a little something to slow it down if you want. And then you just like pick what you want, but then whatever you pick, just stick to it. That's just going to be my biggest advice, is to just not be wishy-washy about it and not have all these options, But if you want to just have a piece of fruit with dinner, then you've added a piece of fruit every day,
Okay. Well,
Or you might, if you exercise a lot, you might want to add protein. So maybe you do 5 ounces instead of 4. Just a small change like that, and see what happens. Because then maybe you'll go down 1 instead of 2, and then that's good because you're still in your range and you're still at the high end of your range. You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay. So I got to think about it. I haven't had an opportunity to think about which food group I would want more of, or
Yeah. Well, you can think about what you feel like you need. Sometimes people want to pick the protein because they exercise a lot, and the protein would be better. It's maybe more satiating if you're hungry, but I mean, I don't really deal with that. Or you might want to just pick something because it's delicious, because you can do that too, because everything that we're having is all healthy food. So if you want the extra fruit,
right.
If you don't have any blood sugar issues or anything, if I have an extra fruit, no?
No.
Yeah. So just
No, but I think what I would want, if I give myself an opportunity to think it out, I think, would it be an option to have a fattier piece of meat?
Oh yeah.
Like instead of chicken breast, chicken thighs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Because
okay to have all along.
No fat. Yeah, but I want to get to my goal.
Yeah. Okay. So you were making those changes. Nope. That's smart. That is. So yeah, you could just say like, I'm gonna go back to the thighs and see what that does to my weight. We're not at the bottom. You're not at the bottom of your weight of your range, where would be kind of critical to get it up and in more in the middle, because you don't want to go out of it that way either. Because that's not good. It doesn't really feel good.
I want to be at my optimum health, though. That's what I want. I want
Yes.
to be the healthiest. So when I go through a crisis, or when I go through a health challenge, I'm at my good start,
Yes.
And so my body and my mind can take it on.
Yes. And your immune system,
coast
it's
through
even
it.
your immune system is just gets really healthy too. You know, you just
Feel
feel like
that
there's
right.
like punching bags inside me, punching everything out of the way.
Me too.
Get out of here. Get
That's
out
what
of
I
here.
We're-
Whatever you decide to change for this month, make it a small change, and then just see if you can just maybe crawl into the middle of your range instead of getting there next month. You know what I mean? Like now that you're in it. So that's what I do. And then let us know how that works next week. Let us know what you chose to add, and you know how that feels. And so because we're all gonna learn from it, and okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
Yeah, thank you. And the other thing, on my way finished, I just wanted to share with someone, if anybody has a challenge around their birthday or a special day like an anniversary or something, I can't believe the choice that I made. Instead of having a cake, we went to Trader Joe's. I asked to go to Trader Joe's so I can get my stuff because I love that place. And I bought myself some flowers. And these flowers have been beautiful on my counter in the kitchen all week long. Bright, beautiful pink, full of bloom. I said, that lasts so much longer than a birthday cake.
Nice.
It has been over a week that these flowers have been greeting me every morning.
Oh, that's nice.
Looking so beautiful.
That's a good
And
choice.
it lasts so much longer than a birthday cake. And I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Oh, thanks, Liz.
Okay.
Thank you. Drive safely.
Liz.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, safe travels, Liz. Carol.
Thank you.
Carol, you are up.
Hi, Carol.
Hi everybody. Well, I had a rocky month last month with everything I was going through with my health, but I lost 1.7.
Nice.
And I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and we discussed the whole Ozempic thing, and I told her I just did the one shot and wasn't going to take it anymore, blah, blah, blah. And she said, and yet you lost 6 pounds since the last time I was there.
Wow.
So
I just got chills.
Cool. Yeah,
I just got chills when you said that.
2 months ago,
Oh,
I guess.
good.
So this is the first time I've actually reported my weight to the group.
So you're down
But,
6. You're down 6 since you decided to start taking better care of yourself.
So, yeah.
The 6 total.
Yeah. Right. 2 months.
Yeah.
So, so I like the plan. I was listening to what you were saying to everybody about, increasing the food as you lose the weight. I'm struggling with even eating everything I'm supposed to eat. I also do intuitive eating. So, I listen to my body, and when I'm full, not even when I'm full, when I'm satisfied, then I want to stop eating. I've kind of like made that a habit. And so I didn't have my screen on at first because I was eating my big ass salad, whatever. And I didn't eat it all. I can't. I weighed it. It was a pound, but it's, there is not much left, but there's, that's got to be okay. Because I don't want to stuff food into my body, because that's kind of the same habit. It's just better food, but, it's not stuffing pizza into my body. It's stuffing, salad and veggies and stuff into myself. So anyway, I feel like I'm on the right track, and hopefully next month I can report like Pam and Nicole did, that I, lost 6 or 7 pounds. That would be great.
Yeah.
But congratulations, everybody. I guess whether it's 1.7 or, whatever it is, or even if you gain, it's still, you're still here.
Yep.
And you're still doing it. So that's great.
Yep. And very good, Carol. I'm happy. It seems like to me, it feels like you're in it. You want it, like you just want it. And
well, I've wanted it for a while, and
yeah.
I kind of, committed. Yeah, I'm kind of a writer, like in the closet writer, but so I journal a lot, and I just I've just committed to myself and to my body to, to do the right thing. And that's been years probably, but, I flip up and down. And I think now I'm dedicated to do that.
Yeah. And it seems like you've gone from like, you want this to you're doing it. You're doing it. So that's the next step after wanting it. You can want it all you want, but you got to do it, right? And
Right.
I have a feeling that we're gonna witness your health issues disappearing.
Well, I went from, being diabetic, type 2 diabetes, to being pre-diabetic with my last blood test. So yeah, I'm on the way out of diabetes, and,
When was that test? When was that test this month?
yeah, it was last week, actually. It was my blood panel for my appointment today. Yeah.
Well, that's really
so,
amazing news.
Yeah, that is good news. I'm pretty happy, but
Wow,
I'm not done
because
yet.
because you were only going to go in the other direction. It was just going to get worse.
Yeah.
That's just what happens with food.
Right,
With
and
food,
right.
the wrong foods. And
Yeah,
and look at you. You've already accomplished a big change in your health. That's huge. Going from diabetic to pre-diabetic. Huge. I'm so happy
Thanks.
for you, Carol.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Carol.
Yeah.
I'm so super proud.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's over the moon good.
That's big stuff.
But, yeah. So, yeah, weight is one thing, but, going from diabetic to pre-diabetes is just, really great. I'm so happy.
Thanks.
I'm so happy. You're so happy. Thanks, Carol.
Yep.
Christy. Hi.
Hi, Christy.
Everyone. Hi, Christy.
So as most of you know, this is my first official week. And I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit of a struggle. I couldn't wait to get on and share. I didn't beat myself up, but I did pretty good. I shared a couple of my meals on Facebook. Barb, every time I make my salad now, I'm thinking of you, Barb from Rhode Island. Because I don't know if you see that on Facebook, because I was cutting up my beets.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I saw that, yeah.
I was like, this is for you, Barb. So that right there says how much community really helps, because just when I'm eating, I'm thinking of all you guys and your stories that you share and inspiration. And during the week, I watch Lulu's channel and stuff, so that really helps me. All your little extra videos in between from now to next Thursday really help me. And my family knows about you, so they're like, the times I've had struggling, like yesterday I had toast and eggs, a fried egg and toast in the morning, and I had oatmeal ready in the refrigerator, and I just couldn't get past that mental thing. I'm just like, well, I think it was because I went off my tea with 2 sugars and creamer. And I have 2 of those usually in the morning. And I got rid of the sugar, and I had finished the creamer the other day. So I was like, I'm not going to buy it again. So I tried the Dandy blend, and I'm liking it, but it's not my tea, sweet tea with sugar and creamer. So I'm like, screw it. I'm having eggs and toast. And my husband's like, would Lulu eat a fried egg and toast? And I said, probably not, but I'll tell her I did it anyway. But just simple things. I think I slipped up 2 or 3 times. The other 2 things were not like anything too big. I had a dressing in my salad the one day, like a actual dressing. I think it was ranch or something, and I'm like, that's it. I finished it. The bottle finished. I got it, so it's not in the house now. So I won't buy that again, because my husband doesn't use any dressing in his salads. I was like, so he's always rubbing that in my face. But yeah, between the little slip ups, but it's only been a week since I've been trying to do like 100%. I haven't touched any donuts, no chips, none of that. The kids were actually looking for chips earlier today because I went grocery shopping, and they're like, where's little snacks? I'm like, no snacks for this month, because it's just too hard for me. I can't have it. When you go to grandma's, you can eat all the junk over there because we go over there twice a week so they can have. They're always eating crap over there, and they want to send it over. And I said, no, I can't. Oh, why not? I'm like, nope, it cannot come home. It can't, because then that's when it's really hard for me, when it's sitting right there. So it's not. They're not being deprived. I bought a lot of fruit, not necessarily for me, but we all eat fruit here in the house. So my oldest, he was like ate almost the whole watermelon this week because there was no chips in the house. So he's just been standing at the counter shoveling fruit in his mouth and everything. So I have them in the morning, and so they are healthy eaters. It's just, of course, they want junk too. And I said, no, I can't do it. So other than that, I've been pretty good. Thanks to all of you, because through the whole week, I thought of everyone's stories. I posted here and there on Facebook a little, try to keep myself motivated. And I haven't eaten at night either. No nighttime snacking, which is a really big one for me, because my husband works, so I'm like kind of lonely. So I've been binge watching Netflix and stuff now. I'm like watching a lot more TV, which is surprising, because usually that's when you want to put food in your mouth. But I've been crocheting. I'm a crocheter. So I pulled out a blanket that I was working on before, and I'm like, you know what, let's get this finished. So I've been like trying to keep my hands busy doing that. I started drinking some peppermint tea as well, and chamomile in the evenings. Because I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I am changing a little bit. I'm getting there. My stomach felt really weird this week. So I did some peppermint tea. I have a little list here, trying to stay focused. And I think that's about it. So I'm hoping that this week I can be like starting to really enjoy the Dandy Blend, because I do like it, but it's the mental part that I've been so used to having my specific drinks all the time, you know, and so I'm trying. That's why I said to my husband, once the creamer's gone, that's it. I'm not having no more tea. And I finished that, I think, Tuesday. So it's like I'm not buying it on Thursday when I go grocery shopping. So that was easy enough. Because then if I buy it, say, oh, maybe I'll just have 1 cup or 2 cups, then I have to start all over again. Yeah. But
the sugar withdrawal is just like we talked about before. It's not comfortable. So when you're feeling uncomfortable, and it's probably why you craved that piece of toast, because you were giving up the sugar, because the toast is sugar too. I mean,
and I
flour
put butter on the toast too, so. It was so satisfying, and I know it was bad, but because I'm like, this is like pure fat, all of this, and then the refined sugar from the toast too, rice cakes though, because those sound really good with almond butter. I think, and I'm not like a huge fan of the nut butters. So I mean, I eat them, but it won't be like, oh, I have to have this in the evening too, or anything like that, I'll be satisfied with having it once, because I think that's my hardest meal is breakfast. I did do some oatmeal, but I don't know. I know oatmeal is good for you. I don't know if this is probably mental. If I have oatmeal every single day with fruit, it feels like that might be too heavy. Will I even lose weight then?
Yeah. No, it's on the list. It's on the plan. Yep.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
So I guess I'll try to stick to that, and then if I don't see any changes and I was good everywhere else, then maybe I'll know.
So check in with us next week. We'll see how you did. Hopefully you have a nice clean week. Just try clean. Just think clean.
I hope so. Yeah. Well,
we're
my
rooting
kids,
for you.
my family, my husband, my kids, they all know what I'm doing. Even my husband's like, would Lulu eat this? I'm like, no.
Well, we're all rooting for you too. We're all rooting for you here too.
Thank you. I just wanted to share that I think I'm heading in the right direction.
Yay.
So, some struggles. If there is struggles, if there's anyone else here that's starting, obviously there is definitely struggles. Definitely was not 100%. But, and I'm drinking a lot more water.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Lot more positives than negatives, Christy. A lot more positives.
Yeah. And I told myself, don't beat myself up because I had those few things, because then I just feel really crappy. And then I want to, that's, part of maybe why I always ate so much at night. Being, my husband not being around, he's sleeping, also maybe just feeling crappy about myself or about the day or whatever. You just want to, I was maybe feeding my emotions as well. I didn't do the rest of the day yesterday after I had the egg and toast. I said, I'm eating it. I don't care. I did it. I had the dandy blend and I didn't finish the dandy blend because I was like getting used to the taste. But I moved on. I had a salad with a sweet, I did everything good for the rest of the day.
Good.
So
Good.
I didn't go and say, well, I already screwed, because I used to do that a lot too. Well,
Yep.
I already screwed up the day. I might as well continue.
Yeah, we all do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The thing is like you don't have to beat yourself up for it, but just notice that what you did, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I
you
don't.
decide that.
And it's so hard too because after I did it, like midday yesterday, I was like, should I get on the scale? And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna wait until the first because if I see something, it might put me in, move my emotions in the wrong direction. My husband's like, that one meal is not gonna make a huge difference anyway. You just weighed yourself 4 days ago. I'm like, that's true.
Well, we look forward to seeing you weigh in on July 1st. Give us some
Thank
big
you.
Good numbers,
job.
Christy.
Good job.
Give us some big numbers.
Thank you guys.
All right. Sue, Seattle Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Guys, hi. Hey, I'm back from the Oregon coast. I was traveling all the month of May. Do you guys remember I told those stories? And I didn't expect it. I haven't weighed myself for 7 weeks. But on the 1st of June, I got on the scale and I was down 5 pounds.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm surprised because I haven't been, I've been doing Lulu's Way, but I've been doing this other diet too. And I think somebody said, you got to focus on just one of those diets. So I focused on Lulu's Way. And when we were in the trailer down on the Oregon coast, and then we were in Lewiston at that family barbecue. Remember, I had the pressure of the family barbecue. And, when I walked in, my niece was hosting us for the first time. She didn't even ask. She just put a glass of wine in my hand and my husband's. Okay, well, I just held it. And then I went and got a full chicken breast, which was barbecued, just no sauce, and a little bit of salad. And then when she wasn't looking, I went into the kitchen and I dumped the wine in the sink.
That a girl.
I've never had somebody just hand me a glass of wine without asking. It was kind of interesting. But my husband had the fish and chips, and I had the baked fish and the vegetables, and basically cooking most of the food. So I really didn't, and it was a very lazy vacation like yours, Lulu. I didn't expect to lose anything, but I was very, very happy.
Yes.
I did. And during that week, something funny, that week our conversation was results that don't involve, happy results that don't involve the scale. Remember, that was a topic
Non-scale
that week.
victories. Non-scale victories. Yeah.
Scale victories. Well, the next day, I have to share this. It's really embarrassing to me, but it's funny. The next day, my husband and I went grocery shopping, and I got chased around Safeway by a 65-year-old fisherman flirting with me. The thing that's embarrassing, and I'm telling you, single ladies, I'm telling you this for positive, hey, weight loss, right in front of my husband. And he looked at my husband and said, "Oh, does she belong to you?" And my husband, "Yep, that's my wife." And then they're yak, yak, yak. I was just kind of mortified. And then he says, "Where do you find a good-looking woman in Coos Bay,
Your weight loss is, the 5 pounds in the 7 weeks. That's all because you were having the baked fish with the veggies instead of the fish and chips. and you were having the plain chicken. You know what I mean? You were very, very conscious of what you were choosing. The things without the sauce, the chicken without the sauce on the barbecue. So good for you. Good for you.
Yep.
Good for you.
Good job. Good job, Sue. Thank you so much for sharing.
One more thing, isn't like the topic last week, eating healthy isn't just for weight loss, it's for optimal health, like Lulu said last week. And yes,
Yeah.
I'll end it with that.
And you're feeling very healthy. You're feeling very healthy. You
Yeah.
look healthy. You look very healthy.
Oh, I'm hot. I'm embarrassed every time I think of the fisherman. I get all flushed.
Thanks, Sue.
Okay, thanks, Sue. Sheila Parks, you're up.
Hello, lady.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
How are you? All you beautiful ladies out there. Well, this month, the first, I lost 2 pounds.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. 2
Yay.
pounds.
Yay. Good for you.
And I had a birthday June the 4th. And I didn't even get any cake. I didn't even think about cake. And nobody bought me none. So I'm proud about that. Nobody brought me 1 cupcake or anything. So,
Well, happy birthday.
good deal. Thank you.
And yet, we don't need cake on a birthday.
That's right.
I can remember the first birthday when I was doing this. I was just like, what do you do? Like, you don't have a birthday cake? That's just like weird, you know? And
I
then
didn't even think about it.
then being on this side of it is kind of, birthday cakes are kind of weird when you think of it. It's kind of a weird thing, you know?
Yeah.
So you celebrated your birthday by taking good care of yourself.
Yes. I
Like,
turned 67.
67.
Yes.
Nice. And look at you on this journey. Good for
Yeah.
you. Very good. Very good.
And how do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great. I sure do.
You look
It's
good.
so good, isn't it? Just getting the information about our weight and losing the weight is good, but the feeling you feel is really the reward, I think, and that's what keeps us motivated.
Walking up steps was a struggle for me. I can walk up steps now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a huge non-scale victory right there.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome!
That's
Congrats!
great.
And
That's
may
great.
I ask, how long have you been doing this plan? Has it been since January?
Yes. I started February, committed.
Yep.
February. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so far I've lost 19 pounds.
Wow.
Beautiful. And now Sheila and Nicole are buddies. They right from the very start. Was it like the first meeting we had here? Yeah. They just decided to hook up, and they check in with each other. And Nicole, tell that story about, just real quick. Tell that story about when you sent that picture of that salad to Sheila.
Yeah, well, yeah, we share food pictures all day and check in with each other all day. But I had picked fresh rhubarb, and I had saved some out for my vegetable to eat, and I didn't want to mix it with my little cucumber tomato salad. And I sent a picture of just that to Sheila. She said, "That doesn't look like 16 ounces of vegetables."
It's like, I go, "Oh, you got the food police." That's not 16
I
ounces.
shared that with Lulu, Sheila, because I thought that was
loved it.
hilarious.
I loved it. Yeah.
How you could see it. I mean, it's a very big bowl.
Yeah.
But you can't fool her, and
No,
I don't want to
no.
fool her.
So I encourage, like what Nicole and Sheila have going on, where they text each other every day, and they share pictures of their food, and you get ideas and stuff. I mean, grab a buddy here. If there's somebody that's doing it that you feel like you connect with, and you want to just go in the chat section and say, hey, you want to kind of connect throughout the week to help each other out. So this would be the place to find a buddy.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good job, Sheila. I'm so happy for you. You're rocking it, my friend. Helen, you're up. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, everyone. Boy, this I'm a little shy. So I am so pleased. I've been here a few weeks, and first time I've spoken up, and I feel like some of you are becoming friends. They're just the familiarity of seeing you each week is wonderful.
Oh, that's lovely.
I have a little bit. I'm going to proclaim who I am a little bit. My challenges to start off with. I have blood pressure meds and some knee pain. And so those have slowed metabolism. I put on rapid weight gain with it. But I'm also sugar addicted, caffeine addicted. I'm a grazer and an evening snacker to the point where after dinner I'll sit there and I can't stop thinking about that one thing that I want to go have that I should not have, even if I'm not hungry. So those are my challenges. So I've kind of eased into the program this month, and I haven't gained and I haven't lost, but I haven't gained. But I just got my scale yesterday, and I found it kind of empowering to weigh my chicken today.
Nice.
And put on my
You
salad.
did it.
And so it was just like this extra bit of knowledge that this was the right amount. And I am struggling because I came from a meat and potatoes family, and I've never eaten most of the vegetables that you have in your salad. So it's going to be one by one trying them.
Yeah.
And I do lean a lot toward fruit in this season, especially.
Yeah.
So I used to think of fruit and vegetables were all good.
Yeah.
And I have to learn that fruit in moderation.
Right.
And I need to cook for me. So my husband can have his corn and peas because that's about all the vegetables he eats. And I will have what I have, and he supports that.
Good.
It's okay.
Oh, that's nice.
But it is a challenge sometimes. I'm a bit of a lazy cook too. But I do like my salads, and I think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
The colors. So I have a lot to learn, and I enjoy learning from each and every one of you. So thank you for including me in the group.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here, Helen. And see, we all feel like friends to you because you hear us, and now the feeling will be mutual now that we can get to know you. You know what I mean? That's how it kind of works. So I'm really grateful that you spoke up tonight. And then you get to do it every week.
Thank you.
You know? And, just keep, it all starts with the awareness, just being aware. And right now you just, if you're just putting a little something on the scale each day, you're playing around with the idea, and you're going to, you'll probably find yourself doing the whole thing, and you'll be talking about your blood pressure's normal, and like all the people here. I mean, people are talking about it. They're talking about what's happened to their health. How they've
Those
turned it
meds
around.
are brutal.
Yeah, you can get off of those. Get off of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It takes time, but you
not
can do
gaining not gaining is also a victory as well, right? So it's not always about weight loss, or it's no gain is also good. And all those things that you're feeling about the grazing and the evening snacks and the sugar addiction, we've all been there. We have all been
Raise
there.
your hand. Raise your hand if you're like that. There you go.
All of us.
We get it. We get it.
So you're just starting the journey, and you'll get there. And I'm excited for it. So just keep stay positive, and you got this.
And like I was saying to
Thank
Christy,
you.
and like I was saying to Christy, it's like it feels uncomfortable when you're not doing the sugar anymore and you're not grazing. I know I was the total grazer. That was my life. My life was grazing. And now I just turn it on when it's lunchtime, and then I turn it off. It's just off. Like turning the car off. It's just off. It's not going anywhere. And then I turn it back on at dinner. And I'm hungry. It feels really good to eat it because I'm actually feeling a need for nourishment and calories for energy, instead of just entertaining myself all day with food and feeding an addiction, So it's like, just know that, if it starts to feel uncomfortable, it's because that's what happens. We've all gone through that phase, that transition. We've all gone through it, and it has to be worth it. You have to want that more than you want the food,
It's hard not to look for substitutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And like,
But there's enough food to nourish your body in a healthy way with this plan. So, the grazing and especially, right after dinner, you're like, well, what am I going to eat now? Right. And so, but you'll have enough food. And I've said this before, and I don't know if you've heard it, but, I still get it 7.5 months into, maintaining, and I still sometimes want to graze. And so what I do is I drink chamomile tea, and then all of a sudden the craving to craze, wow, say that fast 5 times, goes away for me. So maybe that will be helpful to you. So, big fan of chamomile tea. So, yay, good job, Helen.
Yay,
Thank you
Helen.
so much. Sherry from Seattle.
I just
Hi,
wanted
Sherry.
to say, you just said it for me, Barb. I was going to thank you and Lulu for your tips because I was having occasionally at night watching TV or reading a book, and I would start thinking about food or something. And the chamomile tea, 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
And Helen, I should tell you, I literally made a calendar for those first 21 days because somebody said it takes about 3 weeks to get past the worst of those cravings. I'm not kidding. I counted the days. But they were right. They were right.
Did it work out that way for you?
It worked out that way. It was 3 weeks. I don't know if it's because I had it in my head that it was going to be 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Day 22. Good. I'm good.
Yeah. So you're not having those cravings anymore. You're not always thinking about the sugar. Good.
Right.
So 3 weeks.
Good.
There you go.
Yes, thank you for all the tips and from everybody, and congratulations, everybody.
I know. What a crowd.
I'm down 3.
Oh,
yeah. You had a good month. Good for you. Very good.
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 Fantastic.
What a great
Thank you
meeting.
for sharing, Sherry.
Oh, everybody's doing so good.
Oh, so inspiring.